Fight Fuel channel where we speak the truth. We're honest. We give our takes on AEW. It is Wednesday night, June 22nd, 2022. I'm here with my friend Wesley Williams. Cam Johnson is not here. He's having a good time at a concert tonight. Wes, you just celebrated your 25th birthday, man. Happy belated birthday. And you got a good ass Dynamite show tonight, man. What an awesome show from Wisconsin it was. So much happened tonight, man. Unbelievable. We got a ton to talk about. And man, it was just an awesome night. We finally got to see Okada in an AEW ring. Holy shit, that was an awesome moment. What's good, man? How are you doing? Talk to the people.
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I'm officially 25 years old now. I'm officially in my mid 20s, and just 5 more years, man. I'll be 30, and it's time's just flying on by. But very thankful to see 25 years of life on this earth, and very thankful for the people that have surrounded me throughout my life, family, friends. I mean, I appreciate all of it, man. I also appreciate I get to enjoy pro wrestling on a weekly basis here at age 25, man. It's a wonderful thing. Got Forbidden Door this Sunday night, man. It's crazy how we just got done with Double or Nothing. Now this Sunday night we got Forbidden Door AEW versus New Japan Pro Wrestling. Really solid episode of AEW Dynamite. I had to go home before Forbidden Door this Sunday. A lot of big anticipation, a lot of excitement. I am very much looking forward to the 10-match card we got in front of us this Sunday night.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I dare someone to tell me. And by the way, before we get into the AEW talk, I want to wish my grandmother a happy birthday as well. Today is her birthday as well, so I want to wish her a happy birthday. I dare someone to tell me that this card on Sunday is underwhelming and it's not living to expectations. It is definitely living to expectations. If you tell me that Forbidden Door card is underrated, I'm just simply gonna say you're not. I'm just simply gonna hit the block button, man, because I don't want to argue with you. And you're. It's stupid, but um, I'm so excited for Sunday, dude. This show is missing CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, which we found out tonight, Kenny Omega, Andrade, the Lucha Bros, Tetsuya Naito from New Japan, most of the Bullet Club, and yet we got this tremendous card on Sunday, stacked on Sunday night in the sold-out United Center in Chicago, man. Well, what do you think, man? I'm thrilled for Forbidden Door.
Yeah, this is going to be an excellent show. I can already tell you, man. We got more matches announced tonight, which we'll get into, man. But all these matches, you look at it from top to bottom, man. I really don't think you got a disappointing match on this card whatsoever. I feel like you really don't have a match where you can look at it and be like, oh, that's a bathroom break. No, I think every single match you find on this card, you got something to sink your teeth into. And what's great about this, too, is that the people who don't usually watch New Japan, who aren't really familiar with a lot of these guys coming on in and competing at the pay-per-view, they're going to get more exposure to a more wider audience here in America, and they're going to get to see what these New Japan talent can do inside the ring, man. I think they're going to be in for a real treat because as somebody who, I'm not normally watching New Japan much these days, but somebody who has seen a lot of this talent compete, man, you're going to be in for a real treat if you have not checked these guys out already, man. And
yeah.
Of course, you already know about the AEW talent on their end, man. We already know how great they are and how amazing they can put on, amazing performances they can put on, man. And so we're in for a real treat. I'm very much looking forward to Sunday night in Chicago, Illinois at the United Center. Sold out crowd. It's going to be electric.
Dude, I wish I was going. I wish I was going so bad, man. I would probably have my flight Saturday and leave Monday morning, man. I wish I was there so bad, but one day we'll get to an AEW show together. I promise that. Me, you, and Cam will get to an AEW show together. But guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight. And before we do, Friday night, we will be back on the Big Fight Fuel channel. We will not be reviewing Rampage, but we're doing the Forbidden Door round table myself, Wesley Williams is going to be here, and Cameron Johnson's going to be here, and we're welcoming Cam's friend from the CNE podcast. We're welcoming Escobar Morales to come into our Forbidden Door, to come into our circle, and join the roundtable discussion, which is probably going to be up on Saturday, but we're going to be recording it Friday night. So you guys got that to look forward to on Saturday. It's going to be me, Wes, Cam, and Escobar in the roundtable talking about Forbidden Door. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great time, Wes. We're going to talk some Forbidden Door. We're going to talk some New Japan. Escobar apparently knows a lot of New Japan, so I'm excited to talk to him about that. So, have you ever done a collab with him?
I have not. This will be the first time ever. Right? Time for first time ever. So we got first time ever with AEW Japan, first time ever with the roundtable discussion this Friday night.
Absolutely. So hope you guys tune in for that. And if you haven't already, be sure to go check out last week's AEW Dynamite review and SmackDown. I reviewed SmackDown last week because of all because of all the big Vince McMahon stuff going on, and Brock Lesnar's back. So, by the way, did you get the picture I sent you in the group chat?
I did. Yeah, Kevin even sent it to me as well. That's a good one, man. I mean, hey, he makes some pretty good memes. I gotta give him some credit, man. That's pretty top tier.
Yeah, man. Shout out Kevin. Shout out to Kevin. I'm sure you're listening, dude. I'm sure you're listening. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Let's dive into Dynamite tonight, live from the UE Panther Arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The show opened up with Bryan Danielson, and he came out and he put over the big week AEW is going to have with Forbidden Door on Sunday and next week, Blood and Guts. And he says that he can't wait for those shows, and he wants to be at the Forbidden Door, and he wants to be at Blood and Guts, and he wants to prove to Zack Sabre Jr. that he is the best technical wrestler in the world. But there's bad news. The bad news is because of what happened in Anarchy Arena due to Chris Jericho and Jake Hager, he can't compete at Forbidden Door, and he can't compete at Blood and Guts. Brian Alvarez reported around 5 o'clock today that Bryan Danielson was definitely out for the Forbidden Door. I was crossing my fingers he was wrong. Unfortunately, Brian Alvarez was right. We won't be seeing Bryan Danielson. But the good news is, and it's really good news, is a couple weeks ago, Eddie Kingston called Bryan Danielson a judgmental prick. And Brian's like, you goddamn right I'm a judgmental prick. And you know what I did? I got one of the very best, one guy that I trust with everything I have to replace me at Forbidden Door and to replace me at Blood and Guts. And the one guy that I'm going to be bringing in to AEW is not going to let you guys down, and he's going to show everybody what he can do. So we're left on a cliffhanger. And then he was like, I'm not going to reveal tonight. He says, I'm not going to let you guys know, but I'm also not going to let Zack Sabre Jr. know. Then he came out. Sabre Jr. came out. He confronted Bryan Danielson, and that was it. That was the opening segment. It sucks. I would love to see Danielson go up against Sabre Jr. I think not having Danielson on this show obviously sucks. The card is great regardless. That's how awesome this AEW roster is, that Bryan Danielson doesn't get cleared and they don't bat an eye. They don't bat an eyelash about the card, him not being on the show. They're going to be just fine. It just sucks he can't be on the show and wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. But he is having a replacement, and apparently this guy is going to be the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club. They said that on later in the night. It said Zack Sabre Jr. will go one-on-one with the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club, which we'll find out on Sunday. And Wes, there's two names floating around the internet to face Zack Sabre Jr. That is Cesaro and Johnny Gargano. I could see it being Jonathan Gresham, but I think that would be a letdown. As great as Jonathan Gresham is, he is the Ring of Honor World Champion. I think that would be a letdown. It's either going to be Johnny Gargano or it's going to be Cesaro, a.k.a. Claudio Castagnoli. I think it's going to be Cesaro. I think he would fit just beautifully in the Blackpool Combat Club, just fit amazing with that style of that faction. He fit in there like a glove with Regal and Bryan and Moxley, and you can't forget Wheeler Yuta as well. As much as I'd love to see Gargano go one-on-one with Zack Sabre Jr., I think this fits for Cesaro perfectly. I know there's rumors that he might come back to WWE. I don't know how true it is. I won't believe it until I see it. But I think he's going to be showing up at the Forbidden Door on Sunday, and he will be the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club. What do you think, man? Floor is yours.
Yeah, obviously sucks really badly that Bryan Danielson will not be able to compete this Sunday at Forbidden Door, nor at Blood and Guts next Wednesday night on Dynamite. Of course, we know how great of a wrestler Bryan Danielson is, and we know how amazing of a wrestler Zack Sabre Jr. is. And for those of you who have not done your work, look at any Zack Sabre Jr. matches. I highly recommend you check this guy out because he's one of the most gifted wrestlers you will find in the world today. There's a reason why he likes to proclaim himself as the best technical wrestler in the world, man. The guy backs up a lot in the ring, and again, it sucks that we're not getting Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. I do believe we will get that match at some point in the future, but it just cannot happen right now, unfortunately. But we do have a mystery opponent for Zack Sabre Jr. this Sunday, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, Joseph. It's going to come between two men. It's going to be either Johnny Gargano or Cesaro, a.k.a. Claudio Castagnoli. And I'm leaning more towards the side of Cesaro personally. I think Cesaro fits better with the Blackpool Combat Club and what they represent and what they are. And Cesaro, we all know how amazing of a wrestler Cesaro is, man. He's probably one of the most underrated wrestlers you will find in the entire world today. A man that should have gotten a world title shot, regardless of if his promos weren't that great or not. Cesaro should have gotten a world title run at least once in WWE. But unfortunately, that never happened. But he's no longer with the company. And I mean, he could do whatever he wants. You know, his contract expired. I mean, heck, the second he left WWE, he could go and leave and wrestle wherever he wants. But he's been biding his time all this time that he's ever since he's been released or ever since his contract expired. And so I do believe that we are in for a huge shock and a huge surprise this Sunday night at Forbidden Door for Zack Sabre Jr.'s opponent. And I mean, who wouldn't want to see Cesaro in an AEW ring, man? I mean, honestly, AEW is definitely the place to be for Cesaro, man. You got a guy that talented and that big of a star. I mean, why would Tony Khan pass a guy like that up? And I know they got a ton of talent already, man, but when you got a guy like Cesaro out there in the open, you don't pass him up, man. That guy has all the tools to be a world champion. And so I do believe and if it ended up being Johnny Gargano this Sunday, I will be very happy with that too. Johnny Gargano is another man who you could say is in like that top category for best wrestler in the world, man. I mean, Johnny Gargano has proven time and time again. He's put on 5-star classics and all the time in NXT against the likes of Tommaso Ciampa and Adam Cole. I mean, the guy is a world-class athlete, man. And I would not be disappointed with that either. But I'm leaning more towards the side of Claudio Castagnoli. I do believe we will see an appearance from him this Sunday at Forbidden Door with a sold-out United Center in Chicago going absolute ape shit because you already know that the pop, regardless of even if it's Cesaro or Gargano, you know that pop is going to be absolutely thunderous. Like, you're going to hear it from the next city over in Illinois, man. It's going to be wild, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
100%, man. And I am leaning towards that side of Claudio as well. This man really wasn't able to show what he could do in the WWE. The only time he only really broke out was his feud with Seth Rollins and that one match he had with Roman Reigns. And then after that, he was right back to catering and not back to being on television. And I know there's rumors of him wanting money and going back to WWE, but honestly, it would be such a waste for him to go back to WWE, man. I would not want to see that again. Um, I think AEW would be a perfect fit for him. Him in an AEW ring, just past Sunday. There's a numerous amount of possibilities with what this guy could do in AEW, who this guy could face. The same goes for Johnny Gargano. And do I think we might see Johnny Gargano in an AEW ring? Possibly, but I'm leaning towards Cesaro joining AEW, facing Zack Sabre Jr. on Sunday, and I think we're gonna have a lovely technical wrestling match. And him being in the Blackpool Combat Club, I think is gonna be freaking great. So, and would he be in Blood and Guts too?
I think so. I think Danielson did say this person would also take the spot in that Blood and Guts. So if it is Cesaro, we will probably see him next Wednesday night as well in that carnage of a match that we are about to withstand. So
Cesaro teaming up with Eddie Kingston.
Oh yeah. I actually didn't think that too much. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe just
Wait,
maybe.
time out. This might sound stupid, but what's their hit? What's the hate between them?
To be honest, I'm not completely sure. I just know Eddie Kingston hates the freaking. I think they wrestled in Shikara together before like Cesaro ever made it to WWE, and I guess there were some like differences. I know like the whole thing's about like Eddie like not getting along with Danielson and like CM Punk. I think like in real life like they didn't get along. So I think Eddie Kingston was he might have had some you know problems with Cesaro. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was just they were just at butt heads with each other quite a bit. I don't know exactly. I mean, if any of you watching know down in the comments, please elaborate and let us know about that. But yeah, but maybe they let bygones be bygones, and you might see them come together for maybe one night only. Who knows? I don't know.
If he's in AEW, I need to see him feud with Eddie Kingston because they could get real life storylines into that shit. I need to see that. So,
Sure.
The opening match tonight was Orange Cassidy teaming up with Roppongi Vice, Trent Beretta, and Rocky Romero. Poor Chuck is just getting the short end of the stick on this. He's just in the back, not really doing much. He's getting the short end. They faced Will Ospreay and Ozzy Open. I did not watch their debut match on Rampage when they faced Trent and FTR. So this was my first look tonight of the Ozzy Open. And let me tell you, man, those guys have potential. I was very impressed. One of the guys, I think it was Kyle Fletcher. I don't know. Orange Cassidy was laying down, and he grabbed him by his legs and then gave him like a thunder, like a that what was that?
I think it was like a sit-out pile driver he did.
Yes, Orange Cassidy was laying down.
Life, man. Never in my life have I seen a pile driver be executed like that. That was incredible.
Yeah, yeah. You're breaking up a little bit, but I've never. Also, Orange Cassidy. I don't know. I think that there was a move where he was on top of Ospreay's shoulders. We got a little sequence between them tonight, just a little teaser of what we're gonna get on Sunday. And it was a spot where he was on top of Ospreay's shoulders, and like he ended up pulling out a stunner on Will Ospreay. Ospreay's phenomenal. We talked about this last week. The way he just sells for moves is freaking next level. You're talking about one of the best sellers in the entire wrestling industry, if you ask me. So yeah, this was my first match seeing Ozzy Open. They were tremendous. The match was really fun, and the Orange Cassidy team, him and Roppongi Vice, got the win after the Orange Punch to I think it was Kyle Fletcher, and they got the win. After the match, Jeff Cobb and the Great Khan came down. and they confronted Orange Cassidy and Roppongi Vice. Then came down FTR to make things 5-on-5, and the heels backed away. So there you have it. Sunday we're getting the 3-way for the tag team titles, and we're getting Orange Cassidy against Will Ospreay. Wes, what was your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, this might have honestly been my favorite match of the night personally. I think all 6 guys absolutely killed it. And Joseph, I gotta say, you really missed out on a banger on Rampage with FTR and I think it was Roppongi Vice versus Aussie Open and Will Ospreay. What it was a hell of a 6-man, hell of a trios match. I highly recommend, man, you go back and watch it. And for those of you watching that didn't get a chance to watch that match, please go back and watch it, man. This is my first that match was my first exposure to Aussie Open. Of course, I've watched Will Ospreay matches. I know how amazing of a talent he is. But seeing Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis for the first time and seeing them here tonight, man, these guys, I agree with you. They got tons of potential, man. These guys are breaking out some moves that, I've never seen before in my life where I'm just absolutely amazing. And they look so crisp and fluid. And it's like they've been doing this for many years. And these guys are they're almost kind of like, I guess, young lions in a way for the United Empire faction in New Japan.
Yeah.
They're on the rise right now. And I think I could definitely see them become future tag team champions wherever in the world, whether that be in New Japan or if they even come on over to an Impact or an AEW or a PWG even. Like, I could see them holding some tag team gold. But yeah, this was all around an amazing match. I mean, it got the Milwaukee crowd red hot, and all 6 of these guys are special. And then the little bit of chemistry we saw with Will Ospreay and there are so many matches I'm excited for Sunday, but this match in particular, man, I might be the most excited for because we know how great Will Ospreay is. We know how great Orange Cassidy is. And I think I think I said it before, like, it's giving me vibes of that Orange Cassidy Pac feud over at Revolution 2020, where it's giving us that anticipation again. It's like, of course, we now know what Orange Cassidy is made of and stuff, and more of a wider audience has grown to know Orange Cassidy. But it's giving me those feelings again of like, we're going to be in for a real treat, and these 2 guys are going to absolutely kill it, just like how Orange Cassidy and Pac killed it about all those pay-per-views ago, a couple of years back at Revolution. And it's going to be a real treat for sure, man. But yeah, I highly recommend if for those of you that didn't catch Dynamite, I definitely go back and watch that match again. Personal match of the night for me with Aussie Ospreay, Roppongi Vice, and Orange Cassidy. And I gotta say that tag title match too, that trios match, winner take all for the ROH and IWGP tag team titles. Also very much looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a show stealer as well, man. You put all 3 of those teams together, you got a recipe for success right there, man. So there you go.
I honestly think that 3-way is the match I'm looking forward to the most. As a matter of fact, that is the match I'm looking forward to the most. It's honestly had the most build on this card. These 2 matches have had the most build on this card, if you ask me. This has started since before Double or Nothing,
Yeah, that's true.
So, well, we'll talk about it more on Friday. I got a ton of matches. I'm going to narrow it down to 4 by Friday night, but yeah, I'm very much looking forward to these 2 matches. But as far as tonight goes, man, outside of Okada, okay, everybody's talking about Okada. Everybody's now forgetting about this Christian Cage promo. Holy shit, this was amazing. If this is what we're getting out of heel Christian Cage, man, sign me up right now. Sign me up. He came out and was trolling the Milwaukee crowd. He told them he could stand there all night, and he told the Milwaukee crowd to shut up. And he ran down that he said, "You never think I was going to get back at Jungle Boy for eliminating me in the Casino Battle Royal back at Double or Nothing last year?" And Tony Schiavone was like, "That's what you're mad about?" And I got a little bit of a chuckle at that. That's what you're mad about? Now that's from a movie, if you guys remember. I don't remember what the movie's called, but it's definitely from some movie. I got to go back and watch it. But anyway, Christian's like, that's what costed me more money and a higher value in AEW is losing that battle royal to Jungle Boy. It costed me more money. And he said, he goes into talking how I was never a mentor to Jungle Boy. I was just riding the hype train until it eventually fell to pick my time. He said I was never riding the hype train. He said all I came. He said the reason I'm in AEW, I'm not here to help evaluate young talent and make them better. That's a bunch of bullshit. He said the reason I'm in AEW is to make a ton of money. So we're going down this heel route where Christian's here because he wants to make money. He wants to make the big bucks. And he then talks about um, riding the hype train of Jungle Boy. He said, I'm standing there pretending to be Jungle Boy's father figure this entire time when really I didn't really care about Jungle Boy. I was just I was just standing there by his side, being the mentor and making a nice paycheck and going home happy. So that's why he was with Jungle Boy this entire time. And then he was like, or Shivani addressed the situation of what happened, what you said to Jungle Boy's mom and sister. He said, well, I gave Jungle Boy's mom a chance to apologize of raising her son. And he said that she should be ashamed of him because she thinks she's upset because she had a little something for Christian Cage, if you know what you meant. This is when the promo got really, really good. He says she wishes that I was Jungle Boy's father. But wait a second. He said Jungle Boy doesn't even have a. He said I didn't want to be Jungle Boy's father figure. I didn't want to be Jungle Boy's father. And he said Jungle Boy already has a father, but he's dead. And he says that he said that he should be good. He should be glad that his father's dead because his father would be so disappointed of him that the loser he's became, he'd be crumbled up all beneath me in shame. And then out came Luchasaurus to a really big ovation. Luchasaurus is choking Christian Cage in the corner. He told him to stop. Stop. He said, you're like a son to me. We need to talk this out in the back. And then he's like, do you remember what happened with Marco? And he choked him even harder. And he's like, stop. You're like a son to me. We could talk this in private in the back. And he whispered something to Luchasaurus. Obviously, we didn't hear it. But then Luchasaurus stopped, started walking out of the ring. And Christian Cage gave a nice smirk to the camera just like that and walked away. And then I found someone on Twitter say that who was at the show that Luchasaurus walked through the heel tunnel with Christian Cage and the crowd was going crazy over that. Wesley, this was absolutely phenomenal, man. What a promo by Christian, especially when he starts talking about his father and wishing that his mother wishing that Christian was his father. What an absolute masterclass for Christian. Christian is one of the influencers in the business, in the wrestling business. And my goodness, he's unbelievable, man. We so glad this happened. I wish we got this sooner, obviously, but it's all good. And with this Luchasaurus stuff, man, Christian smirked to the camera. I think, and you might have a different opinion with me, I think Christian is trying to manipulate Luchasaurus. I don't think at the end of the day, I don't think Luchasaurus is going to fall for Christian's trap. I think Luchasaurus is going to stay with Jungle Boy. People are saying that Luchasaurus is going to go heel, and it's going to be Christian and Tomko 2.0. I think that's what it was, right? Tomko?
Yeah, Tyson Tomko.
Yeah, it's going to be Christian Cage and Tomko 2.0, where Luchasaurus is Christian's bodyguard, and he potentially ditches the mask. I don't see that happening. I think that Christian is manipulating Luchasaurus, and Luchasaurus is going to realize that, and he's going to turn on Christian when Jungle Boy makes his return to AEW, Ango gets his revenge with Christian. This was fantastic. I got to hear what you got to say from this segment.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal, man. Definitely night for. And I mean, Christian Cage came out, gave his reasoning, and I love that. Him turning heel and saying, I'm not here to elevate the young talent and mentor them. No, I'm here to make more money, man. It's absolutely wonderful. And then of course the real one-liner with Jungle Boy's father, Luke Perry, man. I mean that was just the cherry on top of the cake, man. I mean, Christian Cage is one of the best in the business, man. There's a reason, why he's looked at in such a high regard, man. Is because the guy consistently for many years has been vastly underrated and has just been always been a great character and a great wrestler on screen. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be a great heel run. I like that Luchasaurus is involved in everything, and that Christian's trying to kind of convince him that you don't need Jungle Boy, you need me instead, and how you're better off without Jungle Boy. And he's probably even going to try to convince him that, Jungle Boy is becoming the bigger single star out of this tag team anyway than you, and that probably eats you alive. I bet you Christian's probably that to Luchasaurus. And so it's very interesting. I'm very much looking forward to the development. I too believe that. I don't think Luchasaurus is going to go full heel, though. I think he's going to, see right through all this. And when Jungle Boy does eventually come back, I think both of them are going to go after Christian Cage, and specifically they're going to focus on the Jungle Boy Christian Cage one-on-one feud. But yeah, I really like how this is going. This is excellent stuff, man, all around. I can't complain about it whatsoever, man. Christian Cage as a heel is best for business.
Yeah. Do you think the same thing I do when Christian Cage is kind of manipulating Luchasaurus to his side?
Absolutely. But I don't think it's going to end up working. I think Luchasaurus is going to see right through it at the end of it all.
Yeah, I agree as well. And I think I remember last week saying who goes over in the Christian Cage Jungle Boy feud. I think Jungle Boy's gonna go. Ultimately, I think Jungle Boy's got to go over, and it's gonna go over huge with the AEW fans. So, I mean, Jungle Boy is one of the pillars of AEW, and I think him getting a massive win over Christian is gonna jump him to that next level. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I think it definitely will. Man, Christian Cage is a legend in the business, man, and you can always still rely on him to put on a great match. And I think him and Jungle Boy are going to tear it up when they eventually do. And it's only going to do bigger and better things for Jungle Boy, man. Jungle Boy's been one of those wrestlers, one of the young wrestlers, been very consistent and has always been over with the crowd. I really don't feel like he's lost like so much steam to a point where it's like, okay, we got worrying about like his development as a character. I think Jungle Boy is in the place that he should be. I feel like people always get excited to see him. They always believe in him, and he always has that underdog baby face part of him. And I think he might always have that with him. And I mean, honestly, at some point he's definitely going to become a future AEW World Champion, no doubt about it.
Absolutely, man. This was fantastic, and I really loved everything about this. So we got the last qualifying match. Excuse me. We got the last qualifying match for the AEW All Atlantic Championship between Malachi Black and Penta Oscuro. This was my match of the night, personally. These guys worked really well together. This was their first singles match since this Death Triangle House of Black feud. They put on a really good match. I thought that this was my match of the night. If you guys, I would go back and watch this match. And this is right after we got that insane Christian Cage promo talking about Jungle Boy's father and stuff like that. To go out there and do what they did, I thought they did a really great job. Malachi Black went over clean as a whistle. I'm perfectly fine with that. A black mask to the back of the head of Penta, and we knew Penta wasn't going to win this match, considering that he can't wrestle at Forbidden Door. They still put on a great match. Penta hit a top rope Fear Factor. That was freaking. That I think that's what Excalibur called it. That was freaking really nice. These guys work really well together. Penta wins. Afterwards, Pac comes down, and Miro cuts a promo on the Titantron, and that was that. Your Fatal 4-Way is set for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Pac, Miro, Malachi Black, and Tomohiro Ishii. I'll get more into that match on Friday night when we do the round table. But as far as this match tonight, Wes, I thought it was great. This was my match of the night, if you ask me. So let's hear from you.
Yeah, great match, man. I mean, you can't really expect any different than Malachi Black, man. Both incredibly talented wrestlers, and they put on a great showing tonight. Unfortunately, the only really down part about this is that we knew who was going to win going into this, because if you've been reading the dirt sheets, like me and Joseph have, like we already know about AAA and New Japan kind of being at odds with each other right now, which is causing guys like Andrade and the Lucha Brothers to not compete at Forbidden Door. And so that's been buzzing in the news sheets this past week, and or the dirt sheets this past week, or past couple of weeks, really. And so that was the only really downside about it, is that, like, we already knew who was going to win. But regardless, I mean, I'm not disappointed at all with Malachi Black being the winner. I mean, we're going to be in for a hell of a match this Sunday night for the All Atlantic Championship. Man, we've got Miro, Pac, Malachi Black, and Tomohiro Ishii in there. These four guys are going to put on a banger. I mean, we have one of two Fatal 4-Ways. We'll get into the other Fatal 4-Way in a little bit, but man, I mean, again, another one of these matches on the card where I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, these four guys are going to absolutely put on a clinic. And honestly, it's a pretty unpredictable match too. I feel like, pretty much all these guys have a good chance of winning. When you really look at it, I mean, I feel like it's anything goes with this. And so
Outside of Ishii,
yeah,
I think he's in there to take the pin. But you could make a case for any of the three guys in there.
Yeah.
You can make a case for Pac. You can make a case for Malachi. You can make a case for Miro. I could see any of those guys winning, but I think Ishii's in there to simply take the pin and represent New Japan. So,
yeah, I think so too. Regardless, we're going to be in a big time match, and I feel like, honestly, whoever gets crowned the first ever All Atlantic champion, I'm going to be happy. I don't think I'm going to be really disappointed with any of these guys winning. I'll end up being happy regardless. I'm just ready for these four guys to kill it. That's all I'm ready for. So
yeah, I wouldn't be upset with any of those three guys winning. Any of them makes sense. There's really not really a match where almost all the competitors in there make sense. 3 out of the 4 competitors make sense to win. It would make sense if Pac wins, if Malachi wins, or if Miro wins. So I'll talk more about that on Friday night. But we got Adam Page against Silas Young, former Ring of Honor TV champion, former Ring of Honor Pure champion. And I saw this match. I was like, okay, we'll get a nice match out of these guys. That's exactly what we got. We got a nice match out of Hangman Page and Silas Young. But I hope this was turning into what we got tonight. That's exactly what we got. We needed, in my opinion, we needed to see Okada on Dynamite tonight. We got exactly that. Adam Cole immediately interrupted Hangman after he won, and he said, "Story time with Adam Cole, baby," and was immediately interrupted by Jay White. And he says, "As much as I love you, Adam, as much as Forbidden Doors about the Undisputed Elite and the Bullet Club, I will not be defending my IWGP title against you at Forbidden Door." And his reasoning is because he lost to Hangman Page twice. So he's not getting the title shot. He walks down the ring for Hangman Page, and he tells Hangman Page that, "Don't worry, you're not getting the IWGP title shot either." And Hangman smacks the microphone out of Jay White's hand. They start brawling. Adam Cole gets in there. Adam Cole low blows Hangman Page. Your weekly Adam Cole low blow this week to Hangman Page. And we get a 2-on-1 beatdown. You could see where this is going. Adam Cole is holding the IWGP title. Jay White gives him a weird look. Adam Cole tells Jay White to hold up Hangman. And we hear the coin drop, and out came Kazuchika fucking Okada to a massive pop. My only complaint about this, I know AEW loves to do the dim the black lights. They did it on Friday night for when Sting came back. I thought it was I didn't think they needed to put the lights off for Sting. But if they put the lights off and then on the Titans run we see a coin flip, I think that would have gotten an even bigger reaction than we got tonight. But man, fucking Okada in an AEW ring in 20. Amazing. How long have been people talking about, man, I can't wait for the day Okada comes in an AEW ring. Man, I can't wait for a day Kazuchika Okada wrestles on an AEW show. Well, here you go. It's going to happen, folks. It's going to happen on Sunday. And he's in there and he's helping Hangman Page. And at the end, we got a stare down between Okada and Page. And then they both take out Adam Cole and Jay White. So after this tremendous segment, I thought, okay, we're not getting the Fatal 4-Way, but we're leaning toward a tag team match. I'm cool with a tag team match. I'm cool with Hangman Page teaming up with Okada to face Adam Cole and Jay White. That's still going to be a great match. Nope, we're not getting the tag team match. We're getting the Fatal 4-Way for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. We're getting Okada, Adam Cole, Hangman Page, and Jay White. 4 of the most talented wrestlers in the world in the same fucking match. If this is not the match I'm looking forward to the most, this is second on my list. I can't wait for this match, dude. I can't wait. I would have been massively disappointed if Okada was not on this show. I'm so glad he showed up tonight, and I'm so glad he's wrestling on the Forbidden Door Sunday night.
Yeah, me too, man. This was excellent. Real quick about the match between Silas and Hangman Page. Really good match, but obviously the bigger talking point here was what happened after the match. The arrival of the Rainmaker himself, Kazuchika Okada. The second that coin flip played over the PA system, you already knew who that was, and the pop that was immediately received after the coin flip had been heard, man, and you hear it drop into the water. I mean, absolutely beautiful, man. I wouldn't have put it any other way, man. And Okada comes out to the aid of Hangman Page. Now this Sunday night, we got a Fatal 4-Way match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship between Adam Cole, Jay White, Kazuchika Okada, and Hangman Page. My goodness, what a blockbuster match that is going to be. And I agree with you, Joseph. You know, this show, you know, what really needed to put this show on another level was adding the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada to the card. And that's exactly what we got, man. And now, if anybody wasn't excited for Forbidden Door before, you have a reason now to be extra excited or even more excited. Or if you weren't excited at all, you have a reason to be excited now because you got one of the best wrestlers, arguably the best wrestler in the world, in Kazuchika Okada, added to this card, man. It's going to be a hell of a showdown, and we could see any one of these guys walking out of the United Center as IWGP Heavyweight Champion. So Jay White's got a lot on his plate coming this Sunday, man, and it's going to be a hell of a show and a hell of a match, and I'm very much looking forward to, man. What a massive moment in AEW history, man, and what a massive, you know, moment for this crossover of New Japan and AEW, man. I mean, we got the Rainmaker on the card this Sunday night, and it's going to be absolutely tremendous.
I can't wait, man. I just simply can't wait. It's awesome. It's awesome. Too bad. We went from goddamn Kazuchika Okada to Marina Shafir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. We went from one of the GOATs of professional wrestling to Marina Shafir. I'm sorry, I love Tony Storm, but I did turn on the Lightning game during this match, so
Don't blame me.
I can't have an opinion. Tony Storm won. I turned on the television. And she was holding the women's championship in front of Thunder Rosa. So, yeah, that's all I got for you on that match.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me on my end as well. I mean, I don't really get this whole put Marina Shafir on television. I know she's like there to job and stuff, but like, why are we putting Marina Shafir on AEW television more? Like, the fans, like the majority of fans know this woman cannot wrestle. She just can't. I'm sorry to any Marina Shafir stands out there. If you actually exist, I have no idea, but she can't wrestle. And, obviously we know how this one was going to go. Tony Storm won, whatever. What I want to know, why is all of a sudden Nyla Rose involved in this? I literally like look up and I see that she's at ringside. I'm like, what is
their tag team?
I don't have no idea. I legit have no idea. Maybe they teamed up on Dark. I don't know, but like Nyla Rose is just weirdly added into this for whatever reason. But regardless, I'm looking forward to Thunder Rosa Tony non-AEW New Japan match that we got going with for the women's. I'm very happy they were able to add a women's match to this show. I think Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm are going to put on a hell of a match, and regardless, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, this kind of helps Thunder Rosa's run as women's champion go a little bit better. Because so far, a lot of us I don't think have been on the I've been riding the gravy train that much when it comes to Thunder Rosa's run as AEW Women's Champion, and I really don't blame that so much on her. I blame that more on AEW's booking and handling of Thunder Rosa as the women's champion. I think people have been more appreciative of like her chasing after the belt than her winning it so far. Hopefully things begin to look up because, I feel like this match will kind of help elevate this reign a little bit more. But hopefully after this, too, that we see Thunder Rosa involved with better storylines and better feuds because she absolutely deserves it. So,
man, I'll just say this. I know all of a sudden we're getting all these women tag teams in AEW. You got the baddies. You got Athena teaming up with Chris Statlander now. I think Anna Jay's been teaming with Ruby Soho on Dark. Serena Deeb's been teaming with Mercedes Martinez on Dark. Nyla Rose is now teaming with Marina Shafir. If this is goddamn leaning, if we get AEW Women's Tag Team Championships, I'm gonna be really upset. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championships are hot garbage. When's the last time we've seen those titles on TV? I don't even watch NXT. I don't even have to watch NXT to know how worthless those tag team championships are. Impact Wrestling tried it and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Because the men have it doesn't mean the women have to have it as well. So
yeah, exactly.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't. And I really hope that's not the route we're getting. I mean, if anything, the next titles we should be getting in AEW are trios belts.
Yes.
I will not else. It has to be trios titles. Regardless of, when it happens after Kenny comes back or before, we need trios belts more so. Women's tag team titles, I mean, it's like you said, Joseph, they don't work. They just don't work. Other companies have tried it. It just doesn't work. And AEW already is having trouble booking their own women's division, to be quite honest. They really are having trouble already with just that alone. So adding women's tag titles is just not going to help any cause. I mean, right now, you really just need to focus on building up your women's division more and more and elevating them into bigger storylines than what they're given right now, because it really feels like a lot of storylines of theirs kind of fade into the back more. And I get a lot of feuds to dive your teeth into with everything, but to take precious time with the women as well, and treat it as important as it were the men's like world title or like the TNT title or whatever. Just so hopefully we begin to see that more and more so over time. I know a lot of us were hoping by this point AEW would kind of have this stuff down, but they're still trying to get their feet wet more with this stuff, and hopefully we see it get better. But yeah, women's titles are absolutely not needed whatsoever, and I hope they never ever come to AEW. So
I will say this about the AEW women's division. I am enjoying the TBS title scene. I will say that. I am enjoying. I'm not thrilled about it, but I'm enjoying what they're doing with the baddies against Athena and Chris Statlander. And apparently Willow Nightingale's in that feud right now. It was Anna Jay, but I guess they took her out of it. I am enjoying what they're doing with that. I think that's solid. It sucks that Red Velvet's injured and she's going to be out. She can't wrestle. They're apparently looking for a new member for the baddies. I don't know who could possibly be in the baddie section. People are pitching Sunny Kiss, maybe, I guess. I'm not so sure, but I'm enjoying what they're doing with Jade Cargill and the whole Athena situation. I do think we'll get that match soon. Like we said last week, I think AEW still has Fyter Fest and Fight for the Fallen coming up. I do think we'll see that on one of those shows. And I think that is going to set up the inevitable match between Chris Statlander and Jade Cargill, when Chris Statlander will eventually get her comeuppance and take the TBS championship off of Jade Cargill.
I agree. That's where I feel like all of this is headed to, because Chris Statlander is the absolute right choice to take that title off Jade Cargill. Athena is amazing. We all know how amazing Athena is, and she will, for sure, no doubt about it, be a champion in AEW. They'd be stupid to not put a title on her. But I do not believe it now is the time right now is to, now with Chris Statlander having this new lease on life and everything and being this different character, straying away from the alien gimmick and everything, this is her time to win a championship in AEW. She has been with AEW since the very beginning. She's a homegrown talent, and Chris Statlander deserves this moment more right now. She just does, and she is the right woman to defeat Jade Cargill at this time, man. I mean, nobody else has been able to do it. Chris Statlander is now in the front of the line, and I do believe now is the time for her to become the next TBS champion. And when they do it, I'm not sure, like you said, Joseph, there's Fyter Fest, there's Fight for the Fallen come up. Maybe we see it there. Maybe we see it a little bit later. And more so now, we're seeing the teases for an eventual TBS title match between Jade Cargill, Chris Statlander, and again, pull the trigger on it. Pull the trigger on Chris. She deserves it.
Yeah, I agree. If you ask me, she's known, Statlander, she's known as an AEW original. So she's been there since the beginning. I think she's been there. Yeah, she's been there since the beginning of 2019, right? Or when they started on TNT.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe so. I believe she did come in like shortly after. I think they got going on like TNT and stuff.
She deserves her moment, and I think she should be set up to take the TBS title. Okay, we got some match rundowns to do. Friday night on Rampage. You missed it earlier. We won't be reviewing Rampage on Friday night. Instead, Friday night we'll have the Forbidden Door roundtable discussion. Myself, Wesley Williams, Cameron Johnson, and Escobar Morales from the CNE podcast will be here to break down Forbidden Door. On Rampage, though, we got Cash Wheeler going one-on-one with Jeff Cobb. We got Serena Deeb and Mercedes Martinez in action. Tony Khan gave the big FU to CMML and said, "You know what? You're not going to let me use Andrade and Rey Fenix at Forbidden Door? All right, I'm going to put them against each other on Friday night and Rampage." And of what I heard, that match that Rampage was taped, what I heard, that match was phenomenal. So I have not tuned into Rampage live in a very long time. I will be watching Rampage live Friday night. And I know there's another match, but I can't remember what it is. So
it's Hook versus one of the dudes from LA Dojo. I think his name's the DMK. I'm pretty sure, but he's facing one of the guys from Dojo.
The DKC or something like that.
DKC. Yeah, quite a name, honestly. But yeah, we got Hook in action Friday night. So of course we got to watch, man. If our boy Hook's in action, we can't not watch. I mean, come on.
And get cursed.
Oh. We're definitely getting that Danhausen appearance for sure, man. We can't go without the Danhausen appearance either.
And then we got a 10-match card for Forbidden Door. Starting with the buy-in, we got the the New Japan Dojo, the DKC, Kevin Knight, Alex Coughlin, and Yuya Umura. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but we're getting the LA Dojo against Max Caster and the Gun Club on the buy-in for the Forbidden Door. 9-match main card. We got Hikuleo, El Fantasmo, and the AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, teaming up to face Dudes with Attitudes. I love that name so much. Darby Allin, Sting, Shingo Takagi, and Hiromu Takahashi. I think that should be very fun. I think that will be a very fun 8-man tag. Zack Sabre Jr. against the mystery opponent. Tony Storm against Thunder Rosa for the AEW Women's Championship. 3-way winner-take-all for the IWGP Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. We got the Roppongi Vice, Trent and Rocky Romero going up against the IWGP Tag Team Champions, United Empire's Jeff Cobb and the Great O'Khan going up against FTR, who are the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara against Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino. Will Ospreay defending the IWGP United States Championship against Orange Cassidy. Fatal 4-way to crown the first ever AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Malachi Black, Pac, Miro, and Tomohiro Ishii. A fatal 4-way for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Jay White, Adam Hangman Page, Kazuchika Okada, and Adam Cole. And your main event for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, Hiroshi Tanahashi against Jon Moxley. I tried to do my best interpretation of Excalibur. I hope I did a good job.
I think you did pretty well. At least you're not completely out of breath with Excalibur. Because I think even Shivani, I think tonight was like I think he had to give Excalibur a little bit of a pat on the back. See, I think Excalibur might have lost all the oxygen in his body. So, man, you gotta give props to Excalibur, man. That dude knows how to run through a car really quick, man. You gotta tip your cap to the guy.
JR was even like, "Are you okay?"
JR's like, what's going on over there?
Oh man, I love JR. Yeah. Main event: Chris Jericho and Lance Archer against Jon Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I thought the match was fine. I thought all 4 guys worked well with each other. Match was fine for what it was. Nothing too ridiculous. Tanahashi gets the win over Lance Archer with a crossbody or with a frog splash off the top rope. The ending for me was kind of weird. I don't know about you. I know they're trying to sell the pay-per-view. I know they're trying to sell blood and guts. The ending was weird. You got Moxley and Tanahashi staring at each other, having a conversation, just chilling for about 4 minutes, while Eddie Kingston, Yuta, Shota Umino, Chris Jericho, Suzuki, Sammy Guevara, Santana Ortiz, and the rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society was just out there brawling. I know they're trying to sell the Forbidden Door pay-per-view with the 6-man tag. I know they're trying to sell Blood and Guts next week. I don't know, man. It was just a little cheesy for me with Moxley and Tanahashi just standing there, not giving a shit about anything that was going on. I mean, the brawl was fine, but I just found it a little bit cheesy on my take. But the match was fine, and show was awesome tonight. What'd you think?
Yeah, good main event. Yeah, I agree. I think what the problem was mainly was that it kind of dragged on too long. Still had about maybe 3 minutes left of airtime, and so I feel like that throughout that whole time, Tanahashi and Moxley just stand in the ring, just staring down at each other while all these guys are brawling outside for those few minutes. I feel like if you did it maybe with like the final final seconds of the show, probably wouldn't have been as bad because it's like, oh, we're just now closing out and everything. It's gonna like cut away to like the next whatever's next on TNT or TBS or whatever. But the fact that it kind of just went on for about 3 or 4 minutes, it was like, all right, we kind of get it now. So I kind of, it was a bit of a weird ending, but didn't really take away from the overall show. The overall show was excellent. They did a really solid job of getting us even more excited for Forbidden Door this Sunday now, and we got all those new matches announced tonight. And now we just got one more stop with Rampage this Friday, and then we got Forbidden Door this Sunday night at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. Sold out crowd. It is going to be absolutely electric. I cannot wait for that evening. It is going to be a fun night of professional wrestling, and I really hope that if all goes well, we see this become an annual thing, like Tony Khan was really wanting to do with that. So.
Yeah, I thought they did a fucking phenomenal job tonight, getting you hyped and getting you excited for the Forbidden Door, which I honestly think is going to be one of the biggest shows of the year, and it could be one of the most important shows of the year. Who knows? Like Bryan Danielson said earlier, that these are the two best professional wrestling companies going head to head for one night. WWE is not a professional wrestling company. They are a sports entertainment company. So you got the two best going head to head. And you know what? We'll be here Friday night talking about that show. 10 matches. You're not going to want to miss it. It's myself, Wesley Williams, Cameron Johnson, and Escobar Morales from the CNE podcast walking in to our Forbidden Door. Is he gonna have a nice welcome, or is he gonna be welcomed with hatred? I don't know. We'll give him a nice welcome. I think we'll give him a nice welcome. So
We're nice guys. We're nice guys.
yeah, we're cool guys. That's it tonight. That's it for your AEW review. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Thank you also for joining me and Wes. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. We got so much AEW content, so much wrestling content. Forbidden Door Roundtable Saturday. It's probably going to be uploaded Sunday night after the Forbidden Door review. I will be back right here reviewing the show. I think you guys will be back with me. Will you be available Sunday night?
I should be. I'll let you know, but I should be good to go right after everything's all said and done with Forbidden Door.
All right. I'll be back here Sunday night regardless. Next week we got Blood and Guts, so it's gonna be a nice couple AEW videos coming up. Be sure to comment down below what you guys thought about tonight's Dynamite. How excited are you for Forbidden Door on Sunday? Let me know. Let Wes know in the comments as well. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from us tonight on the Big Fight Field channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well at Colin_Joseph. Follow me on TikTok if you like sports as well. Sports TikTok. Follow me on TikTok at Colin_Joseph. Wes, where could they follow you, my friend?
You already know. Follow me over on Instagram at The Real Wesley Snipes. You can also follow me on TikTok at the exact same username. Again, that is at The Real Wesley Snipes. Folks, thank you so much for joining myself, Joseph Conlon, for the AEW Dynamite review, the go-home show for Forbidden Door this Sunday night. Folks, make sure you tune back in this Friday night when myself, Joseph Conlon, Escobar Morales, and Cameron Johnson We have a roundtable discussion as we go over every single match, all 10 matches on the Forbidden Door card this Sunday, and give our analysis, our preview, and predictions for the match card on Sunday. It's going to be an electric night of professional wrestling at the United Center. And folks, you don't want to miss any of the content coming up right here on the Big Five Field channel. Joseph, send the fans home happy.
And be sure to follow Cam as well on Twitter and Instagram at Cam71001. I hope I said that right. And be sure to subscribe to the CNE podcast as well. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the review tonight. I hope you're just as excited for Forbidden Door as I am. We'll be back. The video will probably be up on Saturday, Friday night or Saturday afternoon. One of those. But you're gonna get the Forbidden Door roundtable. I can't wait to deliver it for you guys. We're gonna have a good time talking about AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll see you then. Have a good night. Stay safe, and as always, stay classy. We out. Peace.